Hi everyone. In this video we're going to be looking at this very important idea, as I've headlined it, in section 1.1, the lecture guide. And we're going to be doing a little thought experiment here to try to show you that the logic that we're going to be using in this course, in our statistics, is something that you are used to and use without even thinking about it every day. So the scenario starts here. It says it is fall and you are going to go outside. You aren't sure if it's cold or how cold it is, so you look out your window and see people walking by. You see 10 people walking with light sweaters or long shirts but no jackets. So here's the logic we're going to use. We're going to assume it is cold. So let's just assume it's cold outside. Put that in your head. I think it's cold outside. All right. Now, if it were cold outside, why would so many people not be wearing jackets? If you think it's really cold out, you look outside, you see all these people without jackets on, what happens in your brain? So most of the time, what we're going to see from that is we're going to go, I thought it was really cold, but all these people aren't wearing jackets. So it must not be that cold. I won't wear a jacket. You grab your sweater, you go outside, everything's great. Let's break down the logic behind what you just did there. You made an assumption. So right here, you're assuming it is cold. Do you know it's cold? No, but you're assuming that to give yourself some solid footing. Now what happens there? Once you have that solid footing, that model you've built in your head, aka it's cold, and so everything I see from now on is going to be in that reference of it's cold. So you're assuming it's cold. You look outside, you see people not wearing jackets. Now, what happens is you see that and you say, okay, well, if it were cold, people should be wearing jackets. This is your model, right? If cold, then people wear jackets. Right? You're saying, okay, if it's cold outside, people wear jackets. So, when you see no jackets, that's data you're getting in. The no jackets is like your sample data or your statistic. You see 10 people without jackets. That makes you think, I wonder if my assumption that it's cold is wrong. The only issue here is that this is not full proof that it's cold outside. And why is that? Well, it is possible that it's still cold and that those 10 people aren't wearing jackets for some other reason. Why could that be? I'm sure you could think of a couple kind of wild and off-the-wall reasons. Maybe all of those people have been living in Alaska for the last 10 years, and so their bodies are so used to what we think of as cold, they're not even cold. What's the likelihood of that explanation? I think most of us are probably thinking really low. But that's my whole point, is that in your mind you're saying, yeah, maybe there's some crazy explanation for why those people aren't wearing jackets, but the chance of that is so small that I'm going to ignore it and say, this gives me evidence it's cold. Let's go outside without a jacket. That is the logic of our course. We want to show that, something is going on. We want to understand something, but we never will directly prove it. So right here, we're never going to directly prove anything. In order to draw conclusions, we're going to take our problem, our question, we're going to assume an answer to it. All right, and this answer is going to be one that we assume that makes things easy in terms of calculations, like in the above graphic. We make that assumption. We build a model in our head for what things should look like with this assumption. Again, that's this example. If it's cold, then you build a model in your head about how people should act. And you do this all the time. You have some assumption. You build up a model in your head with how people or things should act or behave. Then your senses, your hearing, your vision, to get data into your brain. And then with that data, you say, does that fit my model or does it not? That's it. That is the whole idea. So how are you going to go forward with this? I want you to try really hard to, as you're going off doing things outside of class, when you make a decision about something, see if you can break it down to, I made an assumption. From that assumption, I built a model in my brain, and then I gathered some information. I looked at something, I smelled something, I tasted something, and that either said to me, yep, my assumption's correct, let's make this decision, or it said to me, something's weird about this assumption, I should rethink it. So really try to see if you can start to feel yourself doing that, because once you can get yourself in that mindset of thinking, of solving problems, of understanding things, then statistics will feel very natural. It'll feel like a very, very natural way of trying to understand the world around you. And once that happens, and it takes a while, so please keep working at this, but once it happens, this class can become very fun because you can start applying these ideas to other things, and it becomes much easier. So keep at it, keep working. Please ask me questions about this.